Underrated or overrated?
Let's find out.
The most important over or underrated from this entire video that you must remember. Coach Greg, in today's video, overrated or underrated with TNF and KC Fit. We're going to go through 10 questions. We're going to see, do I agree, disagree? Let's get right into it.
Underrated or overrated?
Let's find out.
Training to failure.
Underrated.
Ooh.
Training to failure, 100% underrated. If you never train to failure, you most certainly are not going to get as many gains as you could. Now, if you're a complete beginner, you don't have to do it, but anybody at an intermediate or advanced level that's not training to failure, well, you don't know what you're missing.
8 hours of sleep.
Underrated. If you're getting under 7, you should be looking to fix it.
I agree.
Absolutely underrated. So many people, they just don't sleep. They'll wake up early to do cardio or they'll go to bed late. They go to work. They're sleeping 5 or 6 hours a night and they're expecting to make gains in the gym. Sleep is highly underrated. And so if you're not getting enough sleep, you need to make some changes. For example, add Delta Sleep to your repertoire. Code Greg, 15% off.
Low volume training.
Overrated. People are going way too low.
But volume does correlate to growth, just only so much.
Completely disagree. It is absolutely underrated. You can make significant progress from only doing one single hard set per workout. I went from training 7 days a week to 2 days a week. And does it look like I've lost all my gains? Remember, I'm 50. I do way less training than ever before, probably 1/3, but yet I'm still maintaining my muscle. And on top of that, does it not look like I'm racing bikes? And so 10 hours cardio a week with low volume training in the gym, excellent for keeping your gains.
Training abs directly.
Underrated.
You have some of the most crazy Hawaiian roll abs I have ever seen.
And they were good, and then I started training them, and they got better.
Overrated. And the reason it's overrated, you could do 1 hour of sit-ups every single day for the rest of your life, and if you're eating in a surplus, you would never ever see your abs. On the contrary, if you never train your abs, not a single set ever performed, and you're in a calorie deficit, you're doing your cardio, you're eating healthy, you can have an amazing six-pack. And so if you think that training your abs is suddenly going to somehow magically give you an amazing six-pack, it is absolutely overrated. I never train my abs. I haven't done so for decades. But yet you can always see them. And why? Because I'm lean. And so if you give me two individuals, one has the best ab genetics in the world, but they're eating in a surplus. The other, shitty ab genetics, but they're on a deficit. Shitty genetics beats out amazing ab genetics every single time.
Stretching.
Overrated.
Really?
You can pretty much get everything you need out of just taking movements through a decent range of motion.
Very interesting.
100% false. It is with certainty underrated. Hardly anyone stretches. When's the last time you seen bro go out and stretch? Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen guys go and implement a proper stretching regimen into their workout? People will literally have to join things like yoga just to get into a stretch. Not only that, people are not even warming up. And so warm up also underrated, stretching underrated, and here's why. Injury prevention. We've seen C-Bum go for a 80% sprint. Oh, I pulled something. I heard this. I heard that. Or how often are people going and doing squats, tearing their quads, doing bench press, getting a pec tear? They're not stretching. Not only can some people struggle to tie their shoes, there's guys who can't even wipe their own ass. And so if you tell me you don't need to stretch, well, I got news for you.
Mind-muscle connection.
Depends which crowd you're talking to. The bros, overrated. The science-based folk, underrated.
Overrated. Mind-muscle connection, is it a good thing? Yeah, but it's overrated. If you just go to the gym and you train hard and you don't feel the muscle working, you're doing your curls, you're doing your bench press, your squats and so on, and you don't technically feel the muscle working, it's still working, trust me. And so despite the fact that you're not honed in, you're going to still get those gains, even if you use bad form. Even if you don't know what you're doing, as long as you go to the gym and you perform the movement, whether you feel it or not, you are going to build muscle.
Cheat meals.
Overrated.
I need a refeed, bro, 2 days into my cut.
You'll be okay.
Cheat meals are 100% overrated. The reason people think that they're underrated is because they want to have them because they're not eating enough on the regular diet. If you constantly require refeed meals or cheat meals, if you will, it's because you're not eating enough food on a regular basis. And so rather than starving yourself every single day of the week and then binging on the weekend, why not exercise balance? Have an optional cheat meal, of which I do that with all of my clients. Every single one, every single day can have a cheat meal, which I call it an off meal plan. Cheating is not required. Why would you consider it cheating? It sounds bad. For example, cheating on your girlfriend or your wife, it sounds bad. Are we somehow programming in cheats here because you can't handle your diet? If you need to program in cheats, whether it's your diet or your husband, wife, spouse, whatever, you need to have some discussions. You need to make a plan. You need to make some changes because this is not normal. And if you had my cookbook, for example, Cookbook 3.1, you wouldn't need to have this problem. You would be able to eat delicious meals every single day and have no problems whatsoever.
Low rep training.
How low?
4 reps.
In the science-based community, overrated.
Wait, you mean I can grow with 10 reps?
You can grow with 10 reps.
Way overrated. And why? Because if you go very, very low in the repetitions, you're increasing your likelihood of getting injured. I watched Larry Wheels the other day. He had 250 pounds dumbbells. He had an assistant to help him get the bar in place, and he barely could get up for a single rep. And I wrote, what if you get injured? The ego lifting, it's pointless, it's useless. Rather than doing those 250 pound dumbbells, why not just do the 200s? I mean, is that not enough? And so rather than trying to lift as heavy as humanly possible, which we all did when we were younger, trust me, I am guilty of this when I was young, in my teenagers, early 20s, trying to max out, trying to show off, so much fun. But the reality is you don't need all these heavy weights in order to build quality muscle.
Science-based lifting.
Very overrated.
Extremely to the nth degree overrated. Jeff Nippod's channel, you know, the dropout dentista won't take ya picture. The entire channel is overrated. And how do I know that to be true? Millions of followers based on science, when we've in fact proven that half the science they've been spewing has been based on lies. And so if every time you go to the gym, you're lifting because science said this and science said that, did you ever forget that what's been working for years, decades, is training harder than last time? We call it progressive overload, but all you need to do is literally show up to the gym, you train hard using whatever exercises you want, and you do that consistently, and you will beat out all those science-based lifters every single time.
Used to be underrated.
Until everyone tried to do the double Johnny cuff extendo. Train hard, eat well, sleep.
And progress.
Gress mentioned. Why did they forget about this? Cardio. Cardio is so underrated that it should have been the first thing that they asked. You all have seen Sam Sulik doing Coach Greg a solid in promoting cardio every single day. You need to do a minimum of 150 minutes of cardio each and every week. I would prefer to see 300 minutes, but hey, start with the minimum 150 minutes. It's going to increase the fat burning potential of your body, make you a better butter burner, burn more calories, and so you can eat more food and maintain a lower level of body fat. The science-based community, the bullshit YouTubers, many of them had said, no, lifting weights is better for making you lean. How many powerlifters, strawman, do you say walking around with a six-pack in comparison to people that are doing cardio? If lifting weights was all you needed to do to maintain a lean physique, well, we wouldn't see all these obese lifters. And so what you need to do is add cardio. I'm 50. I've added cardio. And so I've done both. I'm not biased. IFBB pro bodybuilder and competitive cyclist. I've done triathlons. I compete in both sports. And so when I tell you which is better for making you lean, do you really think I'm lying? Do you think that somehow it benefits me more to lie and say, oh, cardio is better than weights? And so I maintain single-digit body fat year-round. I'm doing my cardio. Now, of course, I'm taking GO2 Max. I'm out to get the maximum gains. I have a competition. It starts in 19 minutes. And so I'm racing harder than last time. I've, of course, taken my GO2 Max, and I want to get the most out of my training. And so if you too want to get most of your training, you got to take GO2 Max. If you're still struggling to lose weight, add in some GLP Max. What that does is it reduces your appetite by 28%. It's a lot. You go from being an 8 out of 10 hunger to a 6 out of 10, which is much more manageable. Now, if that is not enough, you can go to Algor-X. You can go for the GLPs. You perhaps could get enclomiphene, testosterone, Viagra, Cialis, Telmisartan, and the list goes on and on. Use code GREG for your discount. And last but not least, the most important over or underrated from this entire video that you must remember, the most underrated supplement in the world, it has to be, without question, Turk Builder Max. Far superior than even creatine, which has been touted as the #1 supplement in the world. And so once you try the Turk Builder Max, you will understand what I'm saying. The countless messages, the tens of thousands of people that keep rebuying it, the fact that 3/4 of my sales at HDLT Supplements comes from this one singular supplement, it tells me that it is clearly working. And so if you want to get the maximum out of your progress, maximize your gains, code unemployed. You know you're unemployed watching this right now, and so you save 20%. If you want to take the best supplement in the world that's been vindicated, some of you still think that it's part of the whole Gorilla Mind scheme. It is not a lie. They were selling copycat cyanosis and so on. We are not doing that. We have the proof, third-party testing from multiple sources, and we have the receipts. No one is going to sue me because if they do, I will prove to you in court that I am selling exactly what I'm stating, and they in fact were not. And so if you're interested in the #1 selling supplement in the world, code Greg or code unemployed. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algo for AlgoRx. Use code Greg. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. If you want to get sponsored or become an affiliate, click the link. Coaching plans by myself and my team. The link carrying all these supplements into... I'm doing this, but you guys don't see. There's tons of supplements in front of me. And so the supplements in your stores or gym, you click the link and apply. And until next time, let's go kick some ass.